Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to the Strangelands server. Today, I am basically just moving stuff. I've been spending the past several, hours moving things to... well, last couple hours, moving things from my little hidey hole in there and a huge storage thing I had set up here, as you can see is evidenced by the gutted ground, down into what will become my base. This is probably your first time seeing this part of the world. I have a little vine harvesting thing there. I have some sheep. I've already moved my cow farm. This will look a little bit better in the future, but for now I just wanted to get them down into the actual bins so I can start sorting them. There is a reason for that. I'll explain it later. These will be the next things to go as I start building up. The plan is to continue the design that I've actually started down there, which I'll show you in just a minute, into a sort of wizard tower that goes up into a spawner up in the sky and some farms and stuff like that up there, as well as some farms down there, and make this look kind of overgrown whenever I get done with it. This isn't going to look quite so clean cut. It's perfect edges whenever you look at it from above. It won't look like that at the end. I will be moving most of my animal farms underground simply because I don't like the noise of them, but the mob farms will go up in kind of a massive tower with things jutting out and organic shapes and floating pieces and stuff like that. That's my goal. This is going to be the centerpiece of the just basic area. I might make it a circle in the end, but right now it's just a square so I know where it is. And I'll decorate it, and this will be the main complex with some small little buildings off. This is going to be the stairs down, and I'll give you guys a look at how it's kind of going to be arranged. I want to go for kind of an organic root kind of system. Here, let me sleep before I get too far into this, because I want to reset my spawn to down here. Right here should be fine. Boop. Yeah, we are in the snapshot, so there is some issues with the locations of entities, because you'll notice that some things creep up to the surface and it's hard to mine. Now, as far as the layout of this, I'm going to make it kind of organic with just tendrils coming off. This will be kind of a central area. This is my storage room that I've been moving everything to. I don't have enough frames for all the stuff. These are mostly full, those are mostly full, and that's starting to fill up. I don't know what I'm going to put in that corner just yet. But this will indicate what's in each direction. The red will indicate meat. I might switch out and have it be the light gray center and the red around the edge instead to indicate what's in each direction. But this is going to be the hub that I move off into other areas. I plan to have it interconnecting and interweaving all up underneath here and have this underground area have a very clean kind of aesthetic. Basically how I have this hallway right here. Just very sterile and almost spaceship-like. I may be expanding this way to have a space next to basically reach my area in town, but there is a big cave system in there I want to explore regardless. I just have it blocked off for now. It will wind off into that direction. Right now I have a bunch of temporary lighting here. I plan to do, I'm thinking redstone lamps because it fits the theme a little bit better, whereas glowstone looks a little bit like cobbly. So that would be a little bit odd. But this is the starts of what I am. I've actually gotten a decent amount of resources too. Mod has unfortunately died a million times and is in a little bit worse of a position, but I am glad to help and glad to get the rest of these guys resources as they need. So that's always kind of going to be my goal. I don't really have big desires to have a lot of resources myself. I just rather make everything smoother for the rest of the guys, because recording a survival game is really, really time consuming if you want to go into some mega builds. Just to give you an example, I'm going to go ahead and I need to put this stuff up first. Almost forgot. To do some of the big builds you see on these servers requires a lot of work. So I'm going to load this up and I'm going to show you just how much some of these people put into it. And I'm just going to use my mines as an example, but it's pretty much standard for a lot of people's mines. Where did I put the records? I know I put them around here somewhere. Boop. That's my books. Where did I put my records? They'll go in there for now. I remember where I put them. I put them over with the valuables. I'm still getting used to my own layout. No. Okay, let's go ahead and drop the rest of this off over here. Boop and boop. I think we have everything we need. I still haven't enchanted a bow, despite the fact that I have a million freaking arrows. I do have the stuff for it, though. We do want to take one of our bows with us. Boop. And I think this should be good enough for going down there. I do have better picks for mining. Like that one. Boop. There we go. But for creating some of these builds, it does take a lot of work, and it's rather kind of interesting. And I kind of make my series focus on kind of YouTubing itself sometimes. And this is going to be another one of those episodes where if you're going to be starting a survival game of Minecraft, kind of want to know what you're getting into. And I still haven't moved this. I will later. I just don't want to have the hassle. I still have a bunch of stuff to smelt up and a bunch of crap to move. So that's my last little bit that I have to move. And I completely forgot about it before hitting record. Yay. Okay. This is going to be an example of pretty much the kind of mining that I do. And I've seen a lot of other people do it on servers. Some people set up farms, which I will be doing too. I might even try and set up an iron golem farm, something I have never done before. But yeah, this is the only farm I have right now, as you can tell by the arrows. Skelly farm. So, oh. Why are you catching fire? Stop it. Nothing in here can burn, but yeah, that would suck. I had an enchanting room here for a while and noticed that, the lava under there keeps catching fire to it. So I'll have to like remove the lava entirely if I want the enchanting room there. But here is my mines. You may have seen on the Strangelands server that I mentioned that it's 200 by 200. And every third row I mine out, and I need to actually come in and get the rest of this stone for my build because that is running out very quickly for me. But yeah, as you can see, this goes all the way down, and I have shafts going every 3 spots, 100 blocks out. And if I jump down here to the very end, my plan is to crisscross that even lower. That top one's at 11. This one is at, let's see, 11, 10, 9, 8. But I might just go down to 9. So if you guys have any thoughts on how to make this possibly more efficient, I would greatly appreciate them. But simply put, branch mining is one of the most effective ways to get diamonds and stuff that you need for projects. And for currency around here. I've actually bought a decent amount of stuff in the shops. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and run to town, and I'll show you guys what kind of shops have been set up because I am a big purchaser from them. I will be right back. And we're back, and we're in Spawn Town, and it's been a little bit of a journey. I got here in the middle of the night. I had a little bit of a false start because there was a bunch of mobs around coming at me. As you can tell by my lovely inventory, I came here to buy something, and I came here to show off one of the new additions to the Spawn Town. There aren't many new shops, but I think they're pretty much self-explanatory as to what they are. Some people are building new houses. Some people are just building mansions. Sweet mamma jamma, that's huge. No, we have not been to the Nether. That glowstone is from witches. But this is the new map project, and aw, they must have shot it off in the process. Let's go ahead and put that back. Boop and boop. There we go. Haha, it's back on there. But this is the map project. Some of you may have seen that I was doing postcards from the Strangelands. Let's get these words right. And I am planning on being part of the map project as well because I do like wandering around. I may not bring you guys along for all of it, but I do like journeying, and many of those places are several thousand blocks out. Currently, we're planning on just mapping out to, if I can tell, about 2,000 blocks in each direction. The official area we can travel to is about 5,000 blocks, so it will eventually expand. There is still works for the actual room itself that'll house it. I'm not sure where they're going to put it. If I were to guess a spot that would be ideal, I'd actually put it over where the animal farms are. simply because it is fairly close to the center, which is right there, and it doesn't interfere with like the community farm and stuff like that that are currently up, although that will probably get torn down, so that might actually be the better spot for it right there. We just don't want to block Blitz's house. The other spot I could think of would possibly be in the wood farm right here, but we'll find out eventually. Now, as for me, I'm still currently building my little shop down there. I've already decided what I want to do for it. I basically want to make it a... Ooh, almost fell in a hole. Want to make it into a kind of enchantments and oddities kind of shop with a little pagoda thing around the top so you can actually see where it is from a distance. Not going to make it huge. Probably still be shorter than this, even though it's up on the hill. But I kind of want to do that, and I have realized that my chunk error is going to take a lot longer than anticipated, because that's a stack and a half of bookshelves. If you knew how many resources that was, you would guffaw. It's craziness. But I will try and get down further, possibly enough so it still looks impressive. But I don't think I'm going to go all the way down to gold level with it. That would be a pain in the butt. And also it would be hard to get back up. Probably going to use have a stairwell in and out and a path to my base from there, which is going to take forever to dig, which is going to probably go that way, then wind back. And it'll connect by the cow farm area, which I'll explain. I said I'd explain it, but I'll explain it later. But yeah, that's the idea here. I'm still going to have the central thing, and you drop down on slime blocks to get down. That's my plan, at least for now, and that changes rather frequently. But I did come here to buy something, and I'm going to show off someone's shop. I probably should have shown it off the first time I used it, because some of you may have noticed I do have glowstone. But the shop is Brian Lorgon 111's, I think it's Bewitching something. Yeah, Bewitching Bargains. And boy, howdy is it. Now, I don't buy these too often. They're 2 gold ingots each. It's a little bit overpriced. I have 5. That's all I really wanted. Now, if you had the other potions in there, yeah, I would definitely buy those for 2 gold each. But I use gold for other things. So my bringing of gold was a complete waste of time. But I do have 5 diamonds for something very specific. Glowstone. He has it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wrong chest. That other chest is for later. Bargain bin, take 1 stack free with any purchase. And I need this leather. Hopefully he doesn't mind that I'm taking 2 because I purchased 5, but I don't need the rest of this stuff. I really don't need the rest of this stuff. I can make glass bottles myself. I have more than enough sugar cane, and I might come back for the spider eyes another time, but as you can tell, I get them rather readily just running here. But on that note, that's pretty much all I came here to buy. I'm not going to buy a mule. I'm going to try not to show off too much of that because I don't think he's shown that yet. It's just a house right now. But I don't want to spoil it for him. The mule shop. If any of you have any ideas on how to make mules relatively useful whenever you have to cross oceans and forests, which I have to cross to get to my base, give me a message. I may get one after I get my tunnel built so I can actually ride it through there, but I really don't see any use for them because I always get suffocated in trees, or they get bogged down in water, or leads break, or all this other stuff, so I'd have to keep it in a fence, and yeah. Just really not worth it to me. However, this glowstone is worth it. I can always use more glowstone, and I will always mine more diamonds to get it from Brian so I don't have to go to the Nether. Of course, we haven't gone there yet. We're going there this weekend, and I should have a video up for it by next week, so we'll actually be able to see all the other people. And on that note, I think I'm going to see if I can pull off a transition that I've seen someone else pull off. I need something a little bit deeper than that. Oh, there's an ocean over here. Of course that would work. But I want to try a jump cut that is... screw it. Well, oh, not in there. No, not after I've bought all the glowstone. But I want to try a transition. And if I fail at it, I fail at it. But that is that. And we're back, and here I am to explain how the cow farm works. Hopefully that transition went well, otherwise I'm just going to be completely embarrassed. Either way, it's still going up. Let's go ahead and go over here, and we will take a look at how the cow farm works. Currently, I don't have any baby cows in here. But what happens is you'll see sometimes they'll drip over the edge. That's because of how many cows there are. I might add more in the future. But there is a one wide gap right there. Baby cows can get shoved through, whereas adult cows just do this weird drippy thing. And because it's 2 stones thick right there, they can't just glitch out of it either. So what happens is I'll feed the cows up there with just wheat, just normal wheat, and about 9 out of 10 baby calves will make it out into this bottom floor. The one accounts for ones that get stuck in there or ones that die on the way down, because that does happen. They'll get clogged up in here sometimes and just suffocate to death because they're a little bit over 1 block tall. So I don't know why they can fit through here but the adults can't, but it is what it is. I think it's just because they're big heads. But the way I do this is I'll just circle around on that top floor feeding them, and they drop out, and I'll wait until they grow up in here and just come in and slaughter them. Keeps me with a permanent kind of food supply, and they don't ever... a permanent breeding supply, basically. And they don't ever really disappear. Now, I'm going to change this one spot out for smooth stone, but I had to escape because I fell in while building it. But that's how that works, and I will be doing more farms and various different techniques for each of them so I can have that basic breeding pool without having to worry about basically overkilling or underkilling them. So anybody who wants to use my farm should look underneath for them, and if they want to feed them, they can just feed these guys. It keeps people from having to, if you kill, you feed kind of situations. So basically, kill anything you want on the bottom floor, just leave the ones up here alone. You don't need to feed them. It's alright. We're good. But that's how this one works, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you a much more substantial episode well, not tomorrow. I'll be recording it either tomorrow or the next day, and get you guys even more involved in the Strangelands server. And be sure to check out the Strangelands postcards for whenever I start doing the map making, because I look forward to doing that and showing off some of the extremely interesting vistas available on the Strangelands server. This has been Alzorath. Keep gaming, have fun, peace out, goodbye.